Hello! In today's tutorial, we're going to be going over Zotero. Zotero is one of the most popular reference management applications on the market today. It allows academics to easily create and curate their own personal libraries of research. For today's tutorial, we will go over how to download and install the software, as well as how to briefly navigate the application itself. To begin, we'll need to go to the Zotero website. And here we are at the website for Zotero. If we scroll a little bit to the bottom, we're able to see exactly what this will look like when you have it up and running on your own computer. To get the full Zotero experience, we'll need to download the application to our computer. So we will click the download button. We have two options here. On the left side, it senses that I am on a Windows computer, so that's the download packet that's available. And on the right, I have the ability to download an extension that will allow Zotero to work through my Chrome browser. For now, let's go ahead and get started with the just basic download button on the left. We'll click this, and if we look at the bottom, I have it downloading currently. Now that it's ready, I'll click that and give it some time to extract. Okay, so here we are at the basic setup wizard that you've probably seen for other applications. We'll go ahead and click next. We'll allow for the standard installation. We'll let it be installed to our typical program files, and we'll click install. Now, it's important that we keep this box checked. We want to make sure that we launch Zotero now. So we'll click finish. Now that we have Zotero installed, we're going to go back to the website. Now we're going to want to register for an account. Once you've registered, you'll want to check your email to activate your account. Now we want to make sure that we log into our computer application with the new account info that we just set up. So looking at this main page, we're going to set up syncing. And then we're going to sign in with our username and password. You'll have some options that you can edit yourself, but I recommend that you leave all these boxes checked. We'll click OK. And if you look at the top, you're actually able to log into the account that you created for the application. One of the great things about Zotero is that you are able to have all of your resources connected no matter where you're logging in from. If you're away from home, you can access your personal library by using the Zotero website. But before we log in, we'll just go ahead and go back to download. And now we're going to install the browser extension. Okay, so let's go back. And then now I will log in. Now that I'm logged in, I can show you my web library. As you can see, this is the cloud version of our desktop application. Now we'll actually be able to get to put Zotero to use. So here we are at the McNeese Library website, and we will search for some sources. For the sake of this tutorial, we'll go ahead and search for sources about end-of-life care within the scope of bioethics. And so here are the sources that have come up with our basic search. Let's go ahead and go with this article from JSTOR. And if you look at the very top of your window, there should be an icon that looks like a page. It allows you to save to Zotero. We'll go ahead and click this button. It's now downloaded the source. So we'll minimize this, and we have our source, and if you look to the right, we have all of the associated metadata that followed from the EBSCO entry. So we have the title, author names, abstract, and then all the information about the actual journal that the article came from. So what we'll want to do is start organizing our information. So we'll come to the left, and we have two icons here. We can start a new collection or a new library. And so this depends on how much you want to zoom in or zoom out. For now, let's just go ahead and add a collection to our main library. So we'll go back to our main library, and we can just drag this where we want it. And here we go. Now, the other great thing about Zotero is that we can actually access the source from within Zotero. So we'll double click. It's going to ask you to log in. And once you've logged in, you'll be back at the catalog entry for that source. But let's go ahead and try to find a different kind of source. Here we have a source with the PDF full text available. We'll go to the top of the window, and then we'll click the button for Zotero. And so now it shows which collection it's saving the source to. And we'll go ahead and double check on Zotero. Here it is. Okay, so it's going to ask us to log into McNeese again. But what you can do is we'll minimize this. If we click the PDF full text link, we can save the PDF itself to Zotero. Now, we can actually just download this PDF, open up Zotero again, so after having dragged that PDF icon to our entry, there's now a small PDF symbol right there. So when we click it, it will open up that PDF. Now, Zotero is more than just for EBSCO. And let's say, for example, we want to use Google Scholar. We'll do our search terms again. Okay, so we can go to this entry here. We can try and save it here. When I save the source from the website, it takes a snapshot of the website, but it's unable to take the PDF, but that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll go back, and then we'll just click the PDF link itself. And so there's two ways you can do this. You can download and drag it to where you want it, or we can just go up top, and originally where the first Zotero icon is, there is now one that looks like a PDF symbol. So here it's saved, and it has all the same metadata information as the entry we had that was just a snapshot of the web page. Taking a snapshot of a web page can be helpful just for cataloging different websites that you find that are interesting, but generally speaking, you do want to stick to PDFs if you can, especially when working with scholarly articles. So we can actually just delete this since it's redundant, and we'll move item to trash. And so now we have our entry with all the info, and then we've got our PDF. And just to reiterate just how flexible and helpful Zotero can be, we're going to go back to the Zotero website. Okay, we're still currently logged in, and we're going to go to Web Library. And here we are on the cloud, and our sources are right here. And if we look a little bit to the right, we can see that we have our PDF icons here as well. And so we'll click these, and now we have access to our PDF. There's a lot that you can do with Zotero that's outside of the scope of this very brief introduction, but we hope that you'll take the time to learn how to use it and apply it to your own research goals. No matter the stage of your research project, we at Fraser Memorial Library are always ready to help. So, as always, please reach out and one of our librarians will be more than happy to assist you. Thank you.